this is Chala Dincoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert. Welcome to another edition of my podcast, Polish My Pitch, the deep dive, where we get to speak to our next guest, Lynn Whitbeck. Welcome, Lynn.
Oh, Chala, I am really excited to be here today and to have this conversation.
I know now you've been on some of my other podcasts and I love having you. I think you're so enthusiastic. I think your love of sales just comes across. Now, tell people who haven't seen those other episodes what you do and who you help.
Okay, well, I just went through Polish My Pitch, and to be honest, I got to go back and sort of listen to that to really capture everything that you gave me, which was brilliant. But I'm going to go with my original, which is I rapidly shift sales chaos into precision profit machines. And so, but with that, you and I had talked about manufacturing, big, heavy machinery manufacturers, and how they are losing so many of their small to mid-size leads, and they're not converting because they don't have the training, the processes in place, the systems that they need to be able to effectively and efficiently close those sales without impacting, the work that they do on their bigger clients. But that if they could do that, they would capture so much more of their the profit, and they'd make their pond bigger. They give themselves more stability because they have a bigger client base.
So why are they doing that, Lynn? Give us a little bit of insight about why they're ignoring these small to medium-sized leads.
I think a lot of it has to do with sales chaos. So when you're a salesperson, and if everybody's ever seen it, you see this wave, so you're going through a whole bunch of work with a client. And of course, you do want to pay attention to the big clients who are paying for, they're really supporting you as a salesperson and your organization. And so you're paying attention to those, and then you go through the waves of their business, and then you've come off that and you're going, okay, wow, I just went through all of this work. I need a breather. And then you start climbing the hill back again. And so it's this constant peaks and valleys. And that's one of the things that when you have a bigger pool, you can even out that. And that is really effective for the business. Mm-hmm. Because the business doesn't want to go through these peaks and valleys. It's just chaos, right? On your cash flow, on your operations, the production side of it, the team members that are there. And it causes a lot of stress and anxiety for the people, the humans within the business. Yeah. So when you have a bigger, broader pool, when your big clients may be in one of those lulls, you're still actively working on your small and medium-sized clients, and they're filling the gap. Mm-hmm. And they're providing you that additional stability, especially as a business. And that's why really putting together that the systems, like you said, the training, the processes, and yet always making sure that you're maintaining the human to human element. Because that you're selling to another human, then that's going to really bulk up your business, and it's going to give you a lot more stability and that anchor that you need.
I love it. Lynn, you're such an excitable person. I love your energy. How did you even get into this? Were you in sales?
So I did get into sales. I'll tell you that back in the day when I was a young girl, I got into sales my first time selling Girl Scout cookies.
Really?
I honestly, there was this special badge that you could get if you sold so many cookies. And I was just determined to get that badge. And who doesn't love Girl Scout cookies? Who hasn't had a Thin Mint and go, yum, So it's like I could be really excited about what I was selling because they're delicious. Yeah. And I hauled my friend around who was the most shy, introverted person. And we were the only two girls in the entire district who got that badge.
Oh
and I was just determined that if you are excited about your product or service and what you sell, and you believe in it, and that it's going to help the people that you are serving, whether it's going to help their business, them personally, make their world better in some way, you have a moral obligation to serve them. Okay. And if you're not in a business that you believe in, then you need to find another job because truly I've been there, done that. I mean, it doesn't work. You have to passionately believe that what you do is going to help other people. And that's that place of worthy intent. It's genuine, it's authentic. People can smell it. They know it. And it makes everything so much easier. And for you and them, because, you know, because you are getting in that boat to help them row.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. You're a trusted partner for your clients. And I think that's what really excites me. And then I just sort of got into sales after graduate school.
It was perfect. It's perfect for you. I think you found
yeah, it just took off. I mean, it was you know, my core value is to be of service, and it was a perfect fit for me.
Oh, it's wonderful. Now, how did you get involved with these manufacturing companies? Is that where you started your career?
When I started my career in sales, you betcha, I actually cold called back in the day where you went door to door, you know, business to business, you know, and I cold called the businesses that I got started working for, and I was able to work for some incredible organizations, and a wide variety, not just heavy industry. I worked with technology companies. I worked with other technology manufacturers. I work with big, I wouldn't call them necessarily retailers, but, you know, because Costco is certainly not, they're in that retail consumer space, but they have a lot of different, I mean, huge offerings, you know, so a lot of different ways that I started working with different customers.
I love that you said that you used to go, you know, old school, because I think we're about the same age. So I used to cold call and sell cemetery property when I was, you know, in, I guess, high school. So that was my first, I was a telemarketer, and I love telling my clients that because, you know, so in your opinion, how has marketing and sales changed in today's world, especially after COVID? What do you think?
Well, it has changed a lot, but, and there's some things that have made sales easier, but on the other hand, because now there are so many options, it's almost like, what's the latest shiny object? And it's like, you're just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And I know when I started my business, that was a huge, you know, my biggest pain point, as it turned out, was I was trying to do it all, you know, webinars, a podcast, every social media platform, go to events. I mean, and it just, you know, talk about burnout, and you're not focusing. And it was, so after the first year, that's when we really started to look, well, what's working, and let's focus, you know, and stop doing certain things. And then there are tools that can help you in certain ways, so that if, like, LinkedIn is sort of our go-to platform, but we use tools so that we're still posting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so that we're still continuing that work, but we've made it really super effective and efficient by using tools, so that it doesn't add a whole lot of additional time and energy. So our resources are really focused on one primary channel.
That's amazing. So what advice do you have for people who are struggling after the pandemic to do sales?
You know what? It's still people to people, and we crave working with other people, and people are out there, they're looking right now for those partners. And one of the things that even during the pandemic that, you know, we would do is to just be of service and do different things. I really enjoy crafts and things like that. I got the mask pattern back in March of 2000, you know, what is it, 2009? I don't even remember now. It's like so long. I guess it was just 2020, right? But it doesn't seem like it. Seems like forever. It seems like forever ago. And I started making fabric masks.
Really?
And we put them into packages, and we sent them to our customers, you know? And so it was a way for me to, first of all, it was a way for me to feel like I could take some control over what was going on, and I could be of service. And I ended up making over 500 masks. I also donated them to the local shelters and things like that. And it made, and for me, it was like, I just, like I said, it helped me get some balance in my own life. There was something I could do that would help and make a difference.
Now, I don't know for sure, but it sounds like you have some charities that you work with. I mean, you sound like a philanthropist. Do you do anything around philanthropy? Is there any one cause that you're, part of?
I am really a really big supporter of a lot of the environment and animal,
Ah,
and from the Humane Society to World Wildlife Fund,
wow.
to Tiger Haven. But I also really enjoy working with women and minority business groups and
Oh,
helping them to get the resources and the training that they need
yeah.
so that they can, you know, move forward faster and get that assistance that they may not be able to afford.
Yeah. I mean, are we both part of WBE? Are you a WeBank certified? I
I,
can't remember.
I am not actually certified yet, but I need to get there. It's on the list. Okay. Who is listening to this as a business owner, an entrepreneur doesn't have a list and it's on the list.
Exactly, for sure. I mean, it's so great to meet you and to get to know more. And so, what are some of the new projects that you're, working on, Lynn? What are you looking forward to in the next 6 months?
I'm really looking forward to doing some additional uh, complimentary and free master classes.
Mm,
So once again, and I have a few organizations that I work with locally, a few of the counties that I'm providing some of our training so that they can have, I actually am going to be doing that training for them so that they, as I said, women owned and minority owned, veteran owned businesses can get that type of training that would really help boost their business. So those are some of the things that I'm really excited about. And of course, on the business front, we're always doing different things. I just finished polishing my pitch. I'm
that's
always learning.
I'm gonna use it.
And when I meet someone like you, Chala, who's brilliant and who's done so much good work and is really an expert in their area and 2 steps ahead, I'm telling you, I am just like pulling it in. It's like,
You're
come
very,
on, I can grow, I can learn, I can be that much better at what I do.
yeah.
And so I always reject complacency
Thank.
because there's an opportunity for me to do better.
I love that. And so, for those of you who have not been privy to Lynn's and our conversations, we've been talking about niching. So, Lynn, tell us what you think about niching. What are some of the things that you've done around niching, or what are some of the thoughts that you have around this topic?
Yeah. So, I mean, when you and I first, I'd already been actually thinking about it when you and I first talked about niching, and I really see the wisdom of doing that, because if I think it's Marie Forleo says, if you're selling to everyone, you're selling to no one,
Uh,
right?
oh,
And so, and then, but you have to find that niche that's really a perfect fit for you. And because I've worked with a lot of different businesses and I love what I do, but it's like, okay, where do I niche down to? Where does my heart really sing? And what makes the most sense? And that's where I came in with the heavy machinery manufacturing. Because I also have a strong operations background. As I climbed the corporate ladder, I ended up going into COO positions at 2 different startups.
nice.
So that operations side, and having worked for a manufacturer when I was for years in my professional sales career, even as I was, like I said, climbing the corporate ladder and then selling huge programs, to companies like, Costco and
Mhm.
St. Gobain, which is a big company that maybe people haven't heard, but big manufacturer, Terex, things like that. One of the things that really set that apart was really understanding that operation side of it, because sales is an operation within another operation. And when you bring those elements to it so that you can really streamline it and make it more effective and efficient, and you are sharing the knowledge, because salespeople are like little mini entrepreneurs, and somebody could be doing something that's really making an impact, but nobody else knows about it.
It's
And
true.
then putting processes and templates and systems in place that it lifts everyone on the team. And then having those conversations about how they can hone and fine tune that engine.
That's amazing. So, in closing, where could people find out more about these masterminds that you're going to be running?
Well, you can find them at futureforwardsales.com. We currently have one free mastermind, which is on how to leverage guest podcasting. Woohoo! Look what I'm doing right now to grow your business. Okay. Super simple. It takes about 20 minutes. There's a bunch of resources there and it will get you started. And for all the small to medium-sized businesses out there, if you're not doing this, you need to be doing this.
Awesome. I totally agree. Could not agree more. Thank you so much for being such a great guest, Lynn.
Chala, thank you. And thank you for everything that I've already gained from this incredible experience. I'm looking forward to many years to come.
Me too. Take care.